From the Hindu Kush to the Rockies, a journey from Kabul to Colorado in community-led transformation, a memoir of resilience, advocacy, and transformation by Humayun Milad. Episode 15, Continuation of Establishment of District Development Assemblies and Facilitating the District Development Plans. Building upon our experiences from the subnational consultation process, the establishment of District Development Assemblies, DDAs, and the facilitation of district development plans marked the next crucial phase in Afghanistan's grassroots development journey. As the MRRD and NABDP expanded their reach, we witnessed the transformation of district-level governance and planning mechanisms. The DDAs emerged as vital bridges between community development councils, CDCs, and provincial development committees, PDCs. Each DDA brought together representatives from multiple CDCs, creating a democratic platform that gave voice to community aspirations while maintaining a broader district-wide perspective. I observed how these assemblies evolved from simple coordination bodies into dynamic forums for local governance and development planning. The process of establishing DDAs followed a carefully structured approach. First came the crucial phase of community mobilization. NADP teams worked extensively with existing CDCs to explain the concept and importance of district-level coordination. This wasn't just about creating another administrative layer. It was about building a platform where communities could collectively advocate for their development priorities. The election process for DDA members proved particularly significant. Unlike traditional power structures, these elections emphasized inclusive representation. I remember watching as communities, some for the first time, engaged in democratic selection processes that ensured representation from various villages, social groups, and, importantly, both genders. Despite cultural challenges, especially regarding women's participation, many districts achieved meaningful female representation in their DDAs. Once established, these assemblies faced their first major task, facilitating district development plans. This planning process built upon the lessons learned from the provincial planning exercise, but required even more detailed local knowledge and community engagement. DDAs worked to consolidate priorities from multiple CDCs, identify district-wide development needs, coordinate with line ministry representatives, align local priorities with provincial strategies, develop realistic implementation frameworks. The planning process revealed both the strengths and challenges of district-level governance. DDAs demonstrated remarkable ability to mediate between competing village priorities, navigate complex local politics, identify synergies between different community projects, mobilize local resources and support. However, challenges persisted. Some DDAs struggled with capacity issues, particularly in technical planning and project management. Others faced resistance from traditional power structures or had to carefully balance tribal and ethnic considerations. Security concerns in certain districts complicated both assembly meetings and plan implementation. Despite these challenges, the DDAs proved their worth as crucial development actors. They became effective advocates for district needs at the provincial level, helped coordinate development initiatives across villages, and provided valuable feedback on project implementation. Their role in facilitating district development plans helped ensure that development initiatives reflected genuine local priorities rather than externally imposed solutions. The process of establishing DDAs and facilitating district development plans represented more than just an administrative exercise. It demonstrated how structured support for local governance could create platforms for genuine community empowerment. These assemblies became schools of democracy, where communities learned to negotiate priorities, manage resources, and work collectively toward common development goals. Looking back, I see how this phase of MRRD's work laid crucial groundwork for sustainable local development. The DDAs didn't just create plans. They built capacity for local governance and demonstrated the potential of bottom-up development approaches. Their success showed that when given appropriate support and structure, local communities could effectively manage their own development processes. This experience reinforced my belief in the power of institutional development at the local level. While physical infrastructure and service delivery remain important, the establishment of effective local governance mechanisms like DDAs creates lasting capacity for community-driven development. Their continued evolution and impact stand as a testament to the importance of investing in local institutional capacity as a foundation for sustainable development. Institutionalization and capacity building of district development assemblies. A journey of transformation. In the winter of 2008, as I delved deeper into the intricate work of strengthening district development assemblies, DDAs, I witnessed a remarkable transformation in local governance that would reshape Afghanistan's development landscape. The process of institutionalizing these assemblies and building their capacity revealed both the challenges and potential of grassroots democracy in action. The journey began with laying strong institutional foundations. I remember the intense discussions with MRRD and NABDP colleagues as we worked to create frameworks that would give DDAs both structure and flexibility. We weren't just establishing another layer of bureaucracy, we were building platforms for genuine community empowerment. Each decision about organizational structure, operational procedures, and decision-making mechanisms had to balance standardization with local adaptability. One particular memory stands out: a workshop in a remote district where we were introducing new operational procedures to a recently formed DDA. The assembly members, many of whom had limited formal education but rich experience in community leadership, engaged passionately in discussions about how to adapt these procedures to their local context. Their insights helped us understand that effective institutionalization needed to honor local wisdom while introducing new governance practices. The capacity-building process unfolded like a carefully orchestrated symphony, with different elements building upon each other. We started with basic administrative skills, teaching assembly members how to conduct meetings, maintain records, and write reports. I watched as members who initially struggled with formal documentation gradually became confident in managing their assembly's affairs. The pride in their eyes when they successfully completed their first quarterly report was unforgettable. Technical training presented its own unique challenges. Many DDA members had never worked with formal project planning tools or budget documents. We developed innovative approaches, using local examples and practical exercises to make complex concepts accessible. I recall a session where we used a local bridge construction project to explain project cycle management. The theoretical suddenly became practical and relevant. Leadership development proved particularly crucial. Through carefully designed training programs, we helped assembly members enhance their ability to negotiate, resolve conflicts, and engage with various stakeholders. The transformation was remarkable. I observed how members who had once been hesitant to speak in public became confident advocates for their community's needs. The learning by doing approach yielded some of our most significant successes. Rather than relying solely on classroom training, we encouraged DDAs to take on real development challenges. When one assembly successfully mediated a long-standing dispute between two villages over water resources, it demonstrated both their growing capability and their legitimacy as a governance institution. Building sustainable systems required careful attention to local dynamics. We worked to establish clear linkages between DDAs and other governance structures, from community development councils to provincial authorities. This wasn't always smooth sailing. I remember mediating tense discussions between traditional leaders and DDA members, helping them find common ground and ways to work together for community benefit. Resource constraints posed ongoing challenges. Many assemblies operated with minimal facilities, sometimes meeting under trees or in community mosques. Yet, this limitation often sparked innovative solutions. One DDA organized a community contribution system to build their own office, turning a challenge into an opportunity for community mobilization. The process of institutionalization revealed both the resilience and adaptability of local communities. When faced with technical capacity gaps, peer learning emerged as a powerful tool. More experienced DDAs began mentoring newer ones, creating networks of mutual support and learning. These relationships proved invaluable, especially in remote areas where formal training opportunities were limited. Cultural and social barriers required particular sensitivity. Increasing women's participation in DDAs meant navigating complex social norms. We worked patiently with communities, demonstrating how women's involvement could strengthen rather than threaten traditional values. Gradually, we saw more women taking active roles in assembly decisions and activities. As the months passed, we developed systems to track and measure institutional development. But the real measure of success came from the communities themselves. When I heard villagers speak proudly of our DDA and saw how assemblies had become trusted forums for community decision-making, I knew we were witnessing genuine institutional development. Looking back on this period, I realized that the institutionalization of DDAs represented more than just organizational development. It was about building sustainable platforms for local democracy and development. Each procedure we established, each capacity we built, contributed to a larger vision of empowered communities taking charge of their own development. The process taught us invaluable lessons about the importance of patience, flexibility, and respect for local contexts and institutional development. We learned that sustainable institutions grow